Called my manager a Zoomer piece of yesterday.
Why?
Because he was calling me old.
Okay, Chris's old man age has. He's gotten the get off my lawn.
He said something about millennials ruining something. I was like, "Fuck you, you Zoomer piece of shit! Get the hell away from me!"
You have reached your old man yelling on the lawn era.
Look, I only attack Zoomers in self-defense.
I am the oldest person here, and how am I not the get off my lawn person? Y'all are much more get off my lawn than
What did I do?
Very much get off my lawn.
I don't know, you just give off that vibe sometimes. Much less than Chris here.
It's the mustache.
We both have mustaches.
You know what? It is the mustache.
Now, Ben, our facial hair says very different things. Yours is get off my lawn. Yeah. Mine is get out of my woods.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Get away from my cabin.
Hello and welcome to Star Wars Every Week Forever, the podcast in which we watch one Star Wars movie every week forever. This week, Revenge of the Sith. Ben, how's your watch?
Boy, I tell you, them Sith, they got their revenge. It was okay. It was an inoffensive Star Wars watch.
An inoffensive Star Wars watch is a good Star Wars watch now. The look on your face when you said that was very interesting.
What was the look on my face?
It was like you couldn't even be bothered to convince yourself that was true.
Listen, when you've watched these movies this many times...
Chris, how's your watch?
Yeah, I guess the Sith did actually get their revenge in the end. This is one of the few, Star Wars movie titles that actually are fitting. I think Revenge of the Sith, Empire Strikes Back,
Return of the Jedi.
The Last Jedi works.
A New Hope is obvious.
Return of the Jedi. No, fuck you. Last Jedi does not work. Get out of here. Oh.
How does it not?
There's so many fucking other Jedi.
At that time, like who?
We don't know that. See, you're holding on to hope that that's true. That does not mean it's true.
What defines a Jedi to you?
People affiliated with the Jedi Order.
All right, yes. Well, Rey's not affiliated with the Jedi Order.
She literally has the texts of the religion.
She's being trained specifically by a Jedi Order Jedi.
Fuck you. I won't hear this.
I won't hear the truth.
I won't hear this.
I refuse to accept the truth.
No, I'm not arguing that.
I have a specific outlook, and I will not have it challenged.
No, Star Wars has to stop doing the Jedi are all gone. Every time every time Star Wars has said the Jedi are gone, there's a million other Jedi.
They've done it twice, and
parts of the galaxy.
As far as
they've done it twice, and the first time was because George Lucas was just like, "Yeah, I'll just let fucking whoever write this shit. I don't care." And the second time Disney did it, and we don't have enough.
There is no discernible proof that
there's hardly any extended lore.
Even Dave Filoni said with Ahsoka's voice in Rise of Skywalker that Ahsoka is not dead.
But Ahsoka's not a Jedi.
Oh,
she's
fuck
not,
you, Ben.
And she's not. And also, I'm still not convinced that wasn't a PR stunt. Like, we have stories with Ahsoka. We can't. I'm just gonna say that she's alive just to not shit on that idea of it and have people talking negatively about Ahsoka's death for the next 5 years until we get there.
I could see Ahsoka still kicking.
I can also see it, but I'm also not convinced it's not a PR move.
The watch was bad.
The watch was bad. Get off my lawn.
Retroactively, the watch was now bad because of the conversation that we just had.
The watch was bad because we argued about a different movie.
I changed my mind. This period that is in behind times is bad because of the current time conversation.
You've retroactively ruined my watch.
A conversation that had nothing to do with the conversation we are currently having. Or a movie that had nothing to do with the conversation that we are currently having.
How's your watch, Jay?
It was better than I've had in a while, actually. It was alright. Wasn't bad.
relatively inoffensive.
We're recording this a bit late, so it's a Tuesday. It is Election Tuesday in the United States of America. And always inopportune timing. The comedic timing on my flatulence is very good.
It's the perfect punctuation.
So I watched this last week. I had a panic attack today thinking I didn't watch A New Hope. So I had like a panic, like, I have to watch A New Hope, and then it finally set in, oh yeah, we're recording late. I did watch this movie last week, and I have notes to prove it.
Hey,
so.
we watched it this week.
What do you mean? We're totally recording. We're totally recording on
Yeah,
time. What are you talking about?
Week, Jay.
I did actually also watch this movie this week, so.
So you didn't watch any Star Wars last week, but
well,
you watched it this week.
I watched the first half of this movie last week.
We got like within an hour of recording on Friday. How did you not finish the movie when we were?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking within my work week. Never mind. I watched it last week.
Oh.
Never mind.
Okay.
Listen,
Ben?
I'm thinking the way my my schedule weeks run.
I was watching the rest of it, and then I saw that we weren't recording that day, and I had a good like 30-something, 40-something minutes left. So I was like, all right, we could take a break. And then I forgot. Okay. And then I was like, oh, I need to do that still.
I do watch these movies in like small chunks now, so I can understand that.
You ever just need to take a break from watching Star
Wars? Yeah, desperately. After 2 years of it, I absolutely desperately need to take a fucking break from it.
If we stopped right now, I'd never watch a Star Wars movie again.
It'd take me a couple of years, but I'd probably watch them like
done.
in passing. Like I'd just be like, yeah, let's put Star Wars on.
Pretty fucked up that I would probably watch a Star Wars movie again pretty soon after this podcast.
There's something wrong with you.
I don't fucking know. I mean, I like Star Wars.
I'd like to bring back into canon the idea that if we hit pod racing, the specific pod racing article on Wikipedia, we take a year off. I'd like to throw that back on the table.
Oh god, it's tempting.
Because nobody, we have about...
We said it,
no, I mean, it was on the table, and then we were immediately like, it's ruled out because we said I
thought it was we stopped the podcast was the original...
It was the original pitch, but then I pitched the second one. We were still like, no. I'd like to put it back on the table. That's our...
Here's what happens. Here's the only way we stop doing the podcast at this point, in regards to Wikipedia. If we actually get enough of an audience that there is an SWEWF Wikipedia page, if we land
on our own
SWEWF Wikipedia page on Weird Wikipedia, that's when the show ends. That's the self-destruct button.
If we get a Wikipedia page, everything's gone horribly wrong. Things have gone terribly wrong, and the...
I mean, once enough people watch, it's bound to happen, because, like, there's a Wikipedia page for just about everything.
Yeah, like, if we had a big audience, that it would 100% happen. Because all it takes is one fucking person going, yeah, here we go, and making it.
Have we ever checked?
If we have a Wikipedia page?
We better not have a fucking SWEWF Wikipedia page.
Because we
have interacted with
2 interactions with Wikipedia.
Oh no! Somebody check right now.
It was like, I can't explain the sinking feeling I had in my stomach. When
I can find nothing. I looked up SWEWF. I looked up Star Wars Every Week Forever.
Sweet.
Oh, thank God.
That's great news. That's great news. But no, I'd like to. I think it is a fair agreement.
That is the one way we get a break from Star Wars.
No, not a break. The podcast ends. Like, if there is a Star Wars Every Week Forever Wikipedia page at any point, and we get it during Weird Wikipedia, that's the self-destruct button.
I think Jay's still talking about pod racing, though.
Oh, pod racing?
But
yeah,
on a separate issue, if we get the specific pod racing article, that's a year off. If we get the now not existing Star Wars Every Week Forever Wikipedia page, it's over.
I'd say a month.
Show's over.
A month. A year is a bit much.
No, fuck that, a year. Because
Jay's
it's
so
like
desperate.
No, it's a 1 in like 600 million chance. We get a year
Okay,
off if
1
it
in
happens.
Never tell me the odds.
178,723 chance.
Shit, there's shiny odds in Pokemon that are better than that.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 months.
Nerd.
3 months. 3 month break.
I think 3 months is 3 months.
And hey, while we're talking about breaks,
how about 4 months? How about we take a quarter? We take a whole quarter off.
I'll do that. Speaking of breaks, today's episode brought to you by, not breaks, but the left turn signal. Please, for the love of God, use your left turn signal, you absolute heathens. I hate your fucking guts.
I like that you're staring at the back of what looks like a receipt, very carefully reading this out. This was actually an ad spot that was given to us by the Left Turn Signal, and it is not because Ben has terrible.
I have listen here, young lady.
Road rage isn't a good descriptor.
Road
but
annoyance.
He can be a very angry driver. Road annoyance is a better descriptor. Like, he's not a speed demon. He's completely reasonable. I've never felt unsafe in his vehicle, which is not true for a lot of drivers that I've been in the vehicle with. But he does have road annoyance.
Yes, today's episode.
I won't weigh in on this. I'm from New York, where they make road rage, so
they produce it.
It's boxed and bottled in New York City.
But yeah, today's episode brought to you by the Left Turn Signal. This is also your reminder to check your blinker fluid. I think that's everything we've been paid to say.
I don't think we can.
Don't forget the headlight fluid.
Your blinker.
You're right.
Hold on, stop plugging all these things.
Yeah,
we need their money specifically. So it's just the left turn signal.
Right turn signal. If you're looking for some, some attention, just saying.
We gotta get that money.
No, fuck
the right
turns. We're left turn signal all day.
Bunch of lefties.
I think that's already previously established on the podcast, yes. I think there's a certain segment of the audience that has come and gone from our podcast. They were like, oh, this is way too political. No, it's just us.
There's one guy listening to this podcast right now who just went, what?
What? Listen, I believed 9 things, but now I only believe 8 because it has been a lie.
This is my favorite ongoing majority of.
So we have a promise that we made to the audience that we have to make up for.
Yeah, we do.
That we lost track of. We agreed. It is agreed upon and written on this paper that I keep the titles by right beside me.
It is etched in stone.
Yes, I have physical copies of. It is etched in a notebook that's coming apart. This was to be the Jar Jar rotation.
It is, yes. So are we making up for episode 2?
It's one of my favorite things we have ever done on this podcast, where we got really excited about a bit, and then literally the next fucking episode, we just go.
The last 10 weeks or so of this podcast has been us doing exactly that.
We've gotten so far,
not committed,
that it's just like our collective ADHD just.
So we must make this right. So, what would Jar Jar be doing if he was a major character in episode 2?
So we don't want to Disney this. What is the overarching Jar Jar plot?
Okay, so Jar Jar Binks is now the mayor of Autogunga. Having, proved himself to his people, he takes over. Snass retires, he
settles down with a certain podcaster, and
this is like some fucking Mon Mothma fucking retirement EU shit fan fiction, Ben.
Jar Jar, so Jar Jar becomes the mayor, and he's just, we keep getting flashes back. He's not involved in any of the main plot. I just want to put that out there. He's not involved. This is the B.
This is an E plot in the movie now, where we just cut back to him.
It's the B plot. It's the B plot of this movie.
Okay.
Where Anakin and Padme, they've been relegated to the C plot. The B plot, Jar Jar Binks, mayor of Oto Gunga. He's down there. He's just down interacting with the people of Oto Gunga, and Boss Nass left a hell of a mess. Well, here, Ben.
Okay, you're getting there.
I'm getting there. Here we go. I'm getting there. Boss Nass left a huge mess. Just the economy is in shambles. Boss Nass, he really. Oh God, what's the name of that one alien species in Star Wars? The one you keep putting Elon Musk's face on.
Thank you for narrowing it down, my friend.
What's the one you keep putting Elon Musk's face on?
Rakatan.
Which is extinct at this point. But
Boss Nass gave way too many government contracts out to this Rakatan, and he just fucked off with the money. So the economy is in shambles. So Jar Jar, Jar Jar is
to go on his honeymoon with his podcaster husband.
Pocketed that money, and he just fucked right off. So we got Jar Jar trying to figure out, win back the trust of the people of Oto Gunga, because their trust in the leadership, it's just in the toilet at the moment, and he's just getting pushed back from this number 2 guy, and then we find out later on in the movie when Jar Jar is called to, we're wrapping everything up, we're getting everybody together. Jar Jar's like, Misa has to go help my friends or whatever, and he fucks off to the Coliseum or whatever. Turns out that guy is another one of Palpatine's apprentices. He's been a Sith all along. So Jar
Jar has been?
No, this his number 2. His number 2 that's been fighting him the whole way during this movie. Turns out it's another one of
So Jar Jar gets into hand-to-hand combat with the number 2, and it cuts back and forth between the Dooku fight and this fight. And Obi-Wan and Anakin and Yoda get their asses kicked by Dooku, but meanwhile it cuts back to Jar Jar fighting his number 2, and he just has him by the neck, and he's like, "You's are the 2, me's are the 1." Just strangles him to death.
Yeah, and that's how Jar Jar's arc ends in Attack of the Clones. He strangles another Gungan to death with his bare hands.
Christ.
Which brings us into episode 3. What's the Jar Jar arc for episode 3? Being tried for a war crime?
No, he's commended for his service to the Republic, and he is made a Bombad General of the Grand Army of the Republic.
The Republic, yeah. So instead of Commander Cody, it's Commander Jar Jar on Obi-Wan's side.
But Obi-Wan can't stand him. Like, Obi-Wan is just like, God damn it.
See, what happened was, it's the same thing that they did with Padme in episode 2. His time in office has expired. He decided not to run again. He has been honored by the Republic, and he's like, Misa might as well take up this in his Grand Army general spot. And he's just hanging out with Obi-Wan.
We get Jar Jar in some sweet clone armor. He's got his own special little clone helmet.
God. Oh my God! Stop! I'm thinking of a Gungan.
Bro gets another sweet action figure to make. It's great.
Yeah, the Jar Jar clone trooper action figure, which is bound to be bought by dozens of people.
Hey, Star Wars Visions, if you need some ideas, hit us up.
And then when you get to Order 66, there's no Commander Cody. Commander Cody's not a character anymore. It's Commander Jar Jar.
No!
The Execute Order 66 line comes up, right? So Jar Jar, without a second thought, goes to fire on Obi-Wan, and this is when we find out that after he strangled this Gungan to death, Dooku did a drop-by after he was leaving the other battle, killed him, and then cloned Jar Jar. In order
so that way they could put a chip in his head and everything?
may I
And then
give an alternate take on this? Palpatine goes, execute
Nothing
Order
set in
66.
stone.
He goes, execute Order 66, and Jar Jar, without a brain chip because he's not a clone, is like, wait, why would we do this? And now Jar Jar is fighting a bunch of clones, and Obi-Wan's able to get away perfectly fine. Palpatine gets a call, and he's like...
He's assumed dead.
Yeah, Palpatine gets a call. It's like, Grand Bombad General Jar Jar, we refused orders. And Palpatine had no idea any of this happened. He is so checked out of the day-to-day with the clone army. He has no idea that Jar Jar has been made a general. So he gets this call, and he's like, I'm sorry, what? You did what?
So Palpatine picks up the phone, and he vaguely knows that Jar Jar's somehow involved, but doesn't realize he's the commander. And he picks up the phone, and on the other end is just, Misa, man of very particular skills. Misa will find you, and Misa will kill you, which sets up Jar Jar's Star Wars story, which happens between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Which sets up why Jar Jar is in A New Hope, and so
but it's one of those where it has like no tension because we all know Jar Jar is gonna survive because he's already in Episode 4.
Yeah, we all know because Jar Jar was in the first 1977 film, so we know.
This means that we have to pitch Jar Jar a Star Wars story at some point.
Mm-hmm. So in Jar Jar a Star Wars story, we basically just steal the weird noir detective young novel plot books.
Hi, Jay from the Stars Every Week Forever offices. I realized I kind of left this open-ended so nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. This is a reference to the Coruscant Nights books. They're young adult novels originally set in the EU directly after Revenge of the Sith, or slightly directly after Revenge of the Sith. They're pretty good books. Check them out. Back to the episode.
Except it's Jar Jar. So Jar Jar is the only surviving non-clone member of the Republic Army, and he's trying desperately to survive on the streets of Coruscant, but Palpatine is aware, and it's just 3 novels turned into Jar Jar a Star Wars story, which was wildly successful, not because it was good, it's actually critically panned, but it has that Justice League thing going on, where critically panned, loved on Metacritic, and on Letterboxd by all of the Star Wars fans, because Jar Jar obviously is a top-tier character that everyone loves.
Like, I don't care about the overall story, I just need a shot of Jar Jar leaning on, like, a bathroom counter, staring into a mirror with, like, 5 o'clock shadow.
You're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
Just, like, dark circles under the eyes.
This podcast is fucking cyclical. I've already done Noir Gungans.
No, but you see, I'm imagining at the end of the series, I have a vision, okay? At the end of the series, Jar Jar needs to go into hiding. Like all the events of the series are him evading the Empire is the vibe I'm getting. So
Rey turns around and it's just Jar Jar hanging out like, we used to hang out together on Tatooine.
You see, what happens is, so Jar Jar...
He's finally eating that fucking amphibian.
Jar Jar's going into hiding. So he goes to one of the places he knows the Empire will never look. A place that was removed from the Jedi archives. He finds Yoda on Dagobah, and that's where he hides until the events of A New Hope.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize you were still talking about Revenge of the Sith. I thought you were talking about he goes into hiding.
No, I'm saying at the end of the series, he goes into hiding on Dagobah.
The end of
the
Jar Jar, a Star Wars story.
The climax.
Okay.
Which picks up, as we all know, in the original 1977 A New Hope.
Well, no, he leaves Dagobah.
Yes, which Jar Jar was always in.
It's, Yoda sending him out, like, go, you must find young Skywalker.
Yes!
Ben, if you could please do a Yoda impression right now. You promised the internet.
Young Skywalker you must find. Kermit I sound like.
The Yoda Accords have been agreed upon.
As a salty old man, there's very few things that bring me just such a pure joy in life. Ben's Yoda impression is one of them.
Hey Ben, can you do
Maybe?
me a favor? I need you to do in your
No, I
Yoda
don't like
impression in like a semi sing song. Shorty, I don't
No, I cannot
mind.
do that. I cannot do that.
You can do it, I believe in you. It's a requirement of the Yoda Accords.
Nah, that's too much pressure.
Okay, counter offer. Ben, can you record your intro or your outro as Yoda?
Take that.
Is that how we're finally gonna get a new outro? Ben recording as Yoda?
How
Please.
soon will we be using the new outros, Jay? Will it be immediate? Okay.
I don't fucking know. We haven't done
No, I know,
them
but I'm
yet.
saying if I record a new outro like this week.
No, I'm not gonna use it
Not
for
every
episode.
no,
We're
I'm not saying every
advertising.
episode. I'm saying put that into the rotation until this episode comes out.
Holy shit.
So the plan is we're no longer doing Blade Runner Jar Jar. We're doing Jar Jar retires on
No, it's like
Dagobah with Yoda.
Goes into hiding on Dagobah.
Blade Runner Jar Jar, but it ends with him leaving to go to Dagobah.
Oh, okay.
Like that is the resolution to the final episode.
I guess we'll have to figure out how that affects A New Hope next time, because it's not the New Hope episode, which now will obviously be all us with Chris. I think Chris will be able to do that. I believe in Chris leading that charge, and will be hugely helpful, I'm sure.
I swear to God, I took no notes and I had no plan. I just pitched his entire Attack of the Clones arc from improv, so it was not a very good one, but here we are.
This podcast is nothing if not improv.
And now for the SWEWF completely innovative Letterboxd rating guessing game, entirely original, copyright pending.
Party music.
We're still waiting. It's a game that obviously us and only us came up with. So for the SWEWF completely innovative Letterboxd rating guessing game, entirely original, copyright pending, what we do is we go on Letterboxd and we take a bunch of out of context reviews of the movies from fans, and we present them with the star rating and the body of the review. And then my friends here and you at home have to guess which movie it is. Are you ready to play?
It's way harder than you would think.
2 stars. No.
It could be any movie. It could be any of them.
That is The Last Jedi.
Okay.
I said Rise of Skywalker. It feels too obvious though, so I feel like it's gonna be something
For
completely
some
different.
reason, I'm getting Reddit dude bro vibes.
Yeah, that's why I
Well,
went with
you
Rise
are
of
getting
Skywalker.
Reddit dude bro vibes because it is The Last Jedi. 1 star. Ain't no way, boy.
Oh god, this is the low rating arc of this bit, isn't it?
Same answer, I think. Rise of Skywalker.
Also gonna say Rise of Skywalker.
Well, I'm glad you're both on the same page because you're both absolutely wrong. It's The Last Jedi again.
I don't know what I expected.
4 stars. Yes? Question mark?
Hear me out. Hear me out. Last Jedi.
What would make you think it's
Ben took the
that?
bit before I could. Yeah, same answer. Last Jedi.
Well, I'm glad y'all knew that I would do it 3 times in a row, because in a version of this I did do it 3 times in a row, but I in fact did not. It's Return of the Jedi!
You're a monster. I hope you know that.
I know, and I am greatly proud of that fact. 4 stars. Emotional damage.
Part of me wants to just keep guessing The Last Jedi.
Could you not kill the bit and do that?
I believe that this might have been a mistake, and this is actually a rating for a little movie called 51st Dates.
I'm gonna say Rise of Skywalker.
I'm really glad, Chris, that you thought out of the box there. 51st Dates makes total sense, but no, it's Revenge of the Sith. And also, who would make that kind of mistake?
I don't know.
And,
that would be a wild mistake to make.
What kind of production
wild
value
mistake
do
to
you
make.
think goes into this, Chris? Do you think we're like amateurs?
What kind of fucking moron would make that kind of mistake? 5 stars. I miss when they made Star Wars movies.
Oh, that's definitely a review for 51st Dates. Force Awakens.
Revenge of the Sith.
It is not The Force Awakens. It's also not Revenge of the Sith. It is The Last Jedi.
I'm telling you, I'd get more of these right if I just kept saying The Last Jedi.
3 stars. So evil, yet so sexy.
51st Dates?
Are you really gonna guess 51st Dates for all of them?
No, I'm gonna assume that my wife wrote this review and it's for Revenge of the Sith.
Return of the Jedi.
I'm really glad you said that because the actual answer is Danny did write this and it was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
People sleeping on my boy Palps.
Let my wife know we found her
Her Letterboxd review.
We found Chris's wife's Letterboxd. No star rating given. A little incest never hurt nobody. This is fact-checked piece. I think that might be incorrect, but hey, what do you know? What do I know?
Return of the Jedi? We're in
Okay.
Attack of the Clones?
Empire?
Well, Attack of the Clones?
I'm gonna go Return of the
Chris,
Jedi.
you gotta
Yeah.
choose only one.
I'm gonna go Return of the Jedi.
Okay. Ben, I'm happy you won't Attack the Clones, but I don't think that's one of the few Star Wars movies that has no incest whatsoever. So moving on to Chris. Chris, you did get it right, but it wasn't your final answer. It was The Empire Strikes Back.
Damn it.
Well, I was told that was inaccurate. You said, I don't think that's quite accurate. So I was like, okay,
No, I said that... No, I wouldn't have given it away like that. I'm saying that a little incest never hurt nobody.
Oh,
is a
I
distinctly
thought you were saying like it was
inaccurate
inaccurate for the movie it was relative to. That's why I was like, hold on.
No,
what?
I wouldn't have given you that hint. What am I, some kind of helpful
confused. Okay.
3.5 stars. All the stars for Raylo.
Gross.
There's an obvious answer, and that makes me not want to pick it.
I feel like it's gotta be Rise of Skywalker or The Last Jedi.
Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it.
Yeah, it could
Okay.
also just be Force Awakens, but I'm gonna go Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. Ben?
I'm also going to say Rise of Skywalker.
Well, unfortunately, you're both correct. It is, in fact, Rise of Skywalker, but the reason why I included this is the 3.5 stars, all the stars for Raylo. You couldn't muster all the stars. You could only muster, with your full will of loving Raylo, half the stars that you could possibly give. All the stars for Raylo, meaning exactly half. All the stars, half.
Well, if we're being honest, that's the absolute maximum that they deserve, stars-wise. So.
That's a little generous, Chris.
I said the absolute
We're
maximum.
still chasing off those Raylo shippers, huh?
Hey, I don't give a fuck.
Off my lawn.
Get off our lawn.
No star rating given. This is comedy laughing my fucking ass off.
Attack of the Clones?
God damn it, Chris! You keep saying the one I want to say.
You can also say
I know, but now I like. Let me be different. Attack the Clones.
Y'all really should have decided to be different, because it is in fact Attack of the Clones. I'm just disappointed that you decided not to be different.
Hey, nothing
it
beats
is
the
Attack of
arena
the Clones.
fight. That is comedy gold. That is.
George Lucas trying to write romantic dialogue is where the comedy gold comes from for me. So I would love to just like run across George Lucas's wife on the street and just be like, very quietly, how did this happen?
I'd actually love to have George Lucas's ex-wife on the show and say, hey, how do you feel about doing all that work and getting none of the recognition?
George Lucas's ex-wife, come on the podcast.
Come on the podcast. 3 stars. Harrison Ford's chin scar deserves more praise.
Chin scar. The Force Awakens?
Have that one more time.
3 stars. Harrison Ford's chin scar deserves more praise. By the way, this is the only Harrison Ford horny thing I kept in, but there was a lot of, for whatever reason, this month, I was sorted by newest. This month, November of 2022, a lot of people all over the place were being horny for Harrison Ford.
It was a very Harrison Ford horny time of year.
No Nut November is hurting some people in regards to that Harrison Ford content.
Harrison Ford's gonna be Red Hulk. Everyone's just real excited to see CGI, muscly, shirtless Harrison Ford. So, fuck, I don't know. Empire.
What are you going with, Ben?
I said one and now I forgot it. Force Awakens.
You said Force Awakens?
I'm so glad that you did specify that, Ben, because it is in fact not Force Awakens. It's A New Hope, which is Force Awakens, but slower.
Do I get a point on a technicality?
No.
This game is rigged.
4 stars. Interesting remake of the Lego video game.
Ooh.
This could be literally any of them.
Ooh. Force Awakens.
Revenge of the Sith.
Fantastic guesses, but you're both incorrect. It's Empire Strikes Back, which I think is the funniest thing you could have commented this on. 4 stars. C-3PO is half the reason this movie is so good, and that's a good thing.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
With Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
I'm glad you're both in agreement, because you're both absolutely wrong.
Correct.
It's Return of the Jedi. And also, I, on a moral level, disagree with you both entirely.
It's alright, Jay. You're allowed to be wrong.
I am right, actually. If there is one person in the world that is a hater of Attack of the Clones, it'll just be me. Attack of the Clones, C-3PO specifically. 2.5 stars. Sets up an interesting concept and can be very fun at times, but is quite dull overall.
All of Star Wars?
Let's say, is this just a very old review of New Hope?
Air Force One.
Now, who would do that?
Hey, listen, I'm taking a shot in the dark.
What
here.
absolute clod would do something like
You leave Claude out of this.
For real though, I'm gonna say A New Hope.
Okay.
Air Force One.
What you got, Ben?
Like some fucking 16-year-old
it
wrote
is-
this review.
Ben, what do you think that I am? It's the Phantom Menace.
Ah.
Now, you're going to see a unifying trait. 4 stars. Cool sounds and visuals, but kinda boring.
Episode 2, Attack the Clones?
It seems like a pretty solid guess, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Attack of the Clones as well. It seems like a pretty solid guess.
I'm glad you're both on the same mindset, because that's probably what I would have guessed, but it was The Force Awakens.
That's pretty fair, too.
And continuing down this trend, 1.5 stars. A bad film, but still kind of enjoyable.
Now that sounds like Attack of the Clones.
By the way, I just want to point out on the previous one, while y'all think, I really like that the body of that was cool sounds and visuals, but kind of boring, and then the rating was 4 stars. It's such a fantastic dichotomy. I call these last 3 the critique downslide.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Attack of the Clones again.
Okay.
This sounds exactly like how I describe Attack of the Clones.
I'm gonna take a wild fucking guess and say Rise of Skywalker.
Man, you went too wild because you actually got in the same wavelength because it is Rise of Skywalker.
Man, imagine calling Rise of Skywalker enjoyable.
Somewhat enjoyable.
5 stars. The most riveting franchise film of all time.
Please be Empire.
I can already tell this one's gonna hurt. I can already tell I'm gonna be sad about this.
Just so I can preserve my own sanity, I guess.
I'm gonna say episode 1 because it had one of the most iconic cultural scenes ever, which was the pod race.
Yep, of course. Of course. You're both incorrect. What's the movie we're on right now?
Episode 3.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that this is. The most riveting franchise film of all time is Revenge of the Sith.
I can't fully disagree. I got no problem with this review.
Because it's us. Because one of us ghost wrote this. I'm absolutely convinced.
I mean, look, Revenge of the Sith is still well thought of, I think.
I think it was trashed when it came out, and now it's well thought
that's
of.
like every Star Wars movie ever.
Eh,
People were shitting on Empire when it first came out.
not anywhere near to the extent of the prequels.
Well, that's also because
Or
it's
the
easier
sequels.
to see people shitting on it.
You got to remember, I went through a lot of reviews last rotation from the period.
Yeah, and we had like a whole bit about a guy like bitching about how terrible it was.
While 2 other critical reviewers just absolutely tore into him. 2.5 stars. Hayden Christensen, blink twice if you are being held hostage.
Episode 2.
Episode 2.
See, you both are on the same side of Attack of the Clones a lot, which this might... Oh, fuck. See, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am the fucking
What kind
moron.
of fool would make a mistake like this, Jay?
And it is me. This is a review of Little Italy 2018. This is a review of the Hayden Christensen film Little Italy 2018.
What is going on with your obsession with this movie lately? You are out of control.
I pushed very hard for us all to watch Little Italy.
You are out of control, young lady.
Because Hayden Christensen does a fake Italian accent, and he can't keep it, but it's deeply
I've seen no
insulting.
clips to this movie, and I just really hope it's like Jersey Italian.
It is Jersey Italian.
Incredible.
It is Jersey Italian.
What'd you put in the pizza today? Always the same, the best. That's not oregano.
I might watch the movie.
We gotta watch the movie, man. We gotta watch the movie.
Oh my god, that's like when I watched a movie called Meet Mr. Black or something like that. And it's a movie about this guy who is the personification of death. And, who's the actor?
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy?
It stars Brad Pitt. And at one point he's in the hospital and there's an African American woman on a hospital bed. And he walks over to her and starts speaking in the most absolutely atrociously offensive Jamaican accent I have ever heard. And this was like, I had a girl over my house and we were watching this, and I looked over like, what the fuck? And we started laughing because it was just so bad. Like, what the fuck? Someone thought this was okay.
What year did this movie come out?
It's 1998.
Oh, is this the Adam Sandler movie? With Brad Pitt in it, I guess not, but that sounds like something Adam Sandler would.
This sounds like something Adam Sandler would do today.
Starring Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, and Claire Forlane?
Sure.
Meet Joe Black.
5 stars. Is it just me, or does this movie get gayer with each rewatch?
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Man, you got me beat. It's The Force Awakens.
What?
Oh, you know what? I
What?
wasn't even thinking of Finn and Poe. I
yeah.
immediately went Obi-Wan Anakin. Yep. Force Awakens should have been real
I was
obvious.
even going
Damn it.
Obi-Wan Anakin. I was going Obi-Wan, just period. Just
5 stars. Luke Skywalker is a little fruity, and I'm sick of being silenced.
Jesus Christ.
These reviews are starting to go a specific direction.
I was very sure to check accounts before I added
Okay,
these
I was
to make
gonna
sure
say.
it was... I was very sure to check.
Skywalker. What? Okay.
Last
This
Jedi.
prompts the question: in which Star Wars movie do we have the fruitiest Luke Skywalker?
This is a great topic of discussion that I would like to explore further. Yes, Ben.
I'm not saying this is the answer, but Return of the Jedi. I'm not saying
But,
this is the
okay,
answer,
are we
but
sure
Return of the
it's
Jedi,
not
if I had to guess.
when he was wearing acid wash jeans with the ass pockets ripped off of them in A New Hope?
I mean, yeah, but maybe.
Is Tashi Station
That
just a
sounds more
gay
like-
bar on Tatooine?
That'd be really great if it was.
Yeah, that's where him and Biggs hang out.
Hey, Disney, I know you're planning on making all these ridiculous fucking desert town fucking franchise towns where you will run your fucking weird Elon Musk colonies of people living inside these fucking things. Why don't you make Tashi Station a gay club in one of these towns?
You know why they call him Biggs? I have to make a guess here. Fuck.
You do.
Fruity Luke Skywalker. Fruity Luke Skywalker.
Was the gayest.
I'm telling you, I'm not saying this is the answer, but Return of the Jedi for sure, if I had to guess. Return of the Jedi is like your friend that was not out of the closet who went to college and came back out of the closet. That's Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker. Hi, Ben.
Yeah, you know, I think you've convinced me. Also, I think I'm putting it together. Yeah, I agree. I think it is Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
He starts Return of the Jedi with a new, very specific flair for the dramatics.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's his post theater arc.
Mm-hmm.
My guess for this review would be The Last Jedi.
Okay. I appreciate the energy, but it's A New Hope.
Because he's equally dramatic.
New Hope.
Yeah.
New Hope? I
It's A New
told
Hope.
you it was the fruitiest.
Somebody likes twinks. Somebody likes twinks. It is what it is, man. 1.5 stars. Where Fraggle Rock meets Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
A New Hope. Return of the Jedi. It's Return of the Jedi.
What you got, Ben?
So I love the Office
I'm
reference.
Googling Fraggle Rock, is what I got.
Ah,
Oh my god.
I
Day
didn't
and I
know that
just
was gonna
turned
hurt
to
you guys.
dust.
I'm joining you on the lawn, Chris.
And I just
I'm
turned
joining
to
you on the
absolute
lawn.
dust. I felt my back deteriorate even more. I just lost another couple of fucking ligaments in my knee. Thanks.
Oh my
You
god.
can see 3 more patches of white hair in Chris's beard. I'm gonna say Return of the Jedi as well.
Okay. Y'all are on the same thought process a lot tonight, but you're also all entirely wrong. It's Phantom Menace.
This game's right.
How? How?
I don't know. I read it and I'm like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Now I'm just angry.
3.5 stars. I'm sorry, I'm running out of original things to say about Star Wars. It was pretty good.
Well, that's a
which
fucking
is just
lie.
us. I want to know which one of you ghost wrote this.
It really sounds like what one of us would answer to, like, how was your watch, you know? I don't know, Empire?
Okay.
What
you got, Ben?
Oh, God. Revenge?
Attack of the Clones.
Unacceptable.
Like, half of my guesses have been Attack of the Clones. And every time it's wrong.
I think you got one right, and that's it. This is the last one. 5 stars. Banger. Thank you, freshman year boyfriend, for forcing me to watch this.
Revenge of the Sith?
A New Hope.
Train Spotting.
No.
This upset me
No.
on such a visceral level. It's Train Spotting. I can't describe to you how fucking upset I am to find that this freshman year boyfriend sat his partner down to watch fucking Train Spotting. It's a movie. If you don't know what Train Spotting is about,
No, we gotta pull the plug
where
right
Ewan
fucking
McGregor
now.
and friends, where Ewan McGregor and friends shoot heroin, try to get clean, shoot heroin again, a baby dies, and then Ewan McGregor gets away from all of his downright violent or heroin addicted friends. This freshman year boyfriend forced his partner to watch Train Spotting.
Hey, look,
I mean,
not for
also,
nothing.
Don't
But it's a
forget
banger.
the statutory, things that go on.
Look, I had a date once make me watch American Psycho, so I get it. I mean, that's what's up? What's happening? Oh, okay. Oh, look who's so happy. Hello.
Hi, first podcast guest. Hello.
Do you have any thoughts
Ben,
on
do you want to
Trainspotting?
take us home?
You better not.
Do we have any other comments on Revenge of the Sith?
No, Never.
It is a movie.
it is in fact a movie.
It is a movie.
Do you have any thoughts on Revenge
Hi.
of the Sith? Do you have any thoughts on Revenge of the Sith? No. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Those are very good thoughts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very insightful.
Variants.
Okay. If you think I'm gonna cut away from this, you're fucking wrong.
He's
Yeah,
got a lot
good
to
point,
say.
good point.
Listen,
Anakin does suck.
he's a man
Anakin
of
does
many
suck.
words.
A mic in one hand, my beard in the other.
Insightful. This is why we need more guests on the show.
Ben, how's that Wikipedia looking?
Wow.
It's looking pretty weird.
Pretty weird.
Jack Lowden's aunt.
Huh? What? Jack Lowden's aunt?
Yes.
First of all, Jack sounds like a car dealership salesman.
Jack Lowden sounds
Poor name.
like just a name that George Lucas would make up.
Wow, this is new is it new canon?
It is
Yeah,
canon.
this is new canon 34 ABY. Ooh.
Died 34 ABY. Physical description. Gender female. My dad and
Wow.
my aunt fought against the Empire, but she died. Da lost his arm. My parents brought us here. I want to be brave like that. Jack Lowden to Isla Grisa? Fucking Star Wars names, dude. The aunt
Izal
of a Twi'lek
Garci?
farmer- the aunt of the Twi'lek farmer Jack Lowden was a female individual who fought against the Galactic Empire alongside his father, who died. They later, his parents later settled with him on the Outer Rim planet Batu. Oh, so this is some like fucking. This ties into the whole fucking Disney park fucking shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. If you go to his page, the one picture on there is one of the advertisement fan art things of a shuttle appearing in the Disneyland bullshit. Did y'all hear that that fucking whole hotel does not have a single window?
Like,
yeah,
not a
'cause the
single
whole thing
window?
is like it's a starship you're on.
In every room, they have an LED screen that shows space. I would have a panic attack in that place. I would have an absolute fucking panic attack. Like, that thing sounds horrifying to me.
Sounds like a fucking prison.
Yeah. I hope they have good fire escape protocols because, whew,
They probably don't. Eject you into space.
They probably do. I mean, it is...
They eject you into the LED screens that's pretending to be space.
It just launch you into like a fucking Florida main street.
This is a very anti-Disney park episode, and I'm down for it.
I was gonna say, have we ever been
I almost died
pro-Disney
at the Disney
park?
park. I've never been
I know,
pro-Disney
that's true.
parks. I almost died at the Disney park.
That's true. As a kid from overheating. This has been Star Wars Every Week Forever. Please do not give your money to any Disney parks, but please do give your money to Left Turn Signal. They need that kind of boost.
True.
Thank you all so much for listening. We love you. Good night.
Ooh, thanks, Jay. You really saved me. I almost forgot about that. That we were contracted to mention them at the close of the episode as well. That would have been dicey.
Yeah, I'm trying to save us from more lawsuit related things. That wouldn't be in Hellcourt, but Hellcourt's enough to deal with. Did you know if you go to Hellcourt, you end up on jury duty for Hellcourt pretty much once a year forever?
If you enjoyed that episode, why not like and subscribe? Also, share it with a couple friends. Bring them into this hellscape that we've done to ourselves. You can catch brand new episodes every single Wednesday on Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, pretty much every other platform you get your podcasts on. If you'd like to extend the suffering, you can catch us over on Twitter.com at SWEWF. We post direct links to brand new episodes every week as soon as we upload them, and you can catch the occasional other dumb Star Wars take, and who wouldn't want that? Catch you guys later.